going on, y'all? This preacher. So I messed up. I messed up my own stuff. So this is what I was doing, right? I was finna sand it and paint it, right? On my trailer. I think that one may be the worst one. But that one's bad, and that one's bad. You know, so just finna do a little work. Little work on the trailer. I just blew out and swept out my trailer. So, cause you know, I'm trying to stop the rust and everything. I don't want it to rust through. One time before, I had showed pictures. I had a video, but my rim actually had broke. The whole rim had rusted out all the way through, and it had broke. So that's why I want to sand them and put some more paint on them, right? So I have bought some paint to paint them. All right, so this was the paint I bought to paint them. So I had it inside my storage bin right there. So when I went to get it, I noticed that. I'm like, man. So then go up in here, the paint then spilled down. So I've been taking stuff out, cleaning them, trying to get the paint and stuff off of them. Now I got to clean up this here mess too. That's my subwoofer that I got, my little bass cap that I got up under him. But I got to get all this out, so now I got to take everything out, clean it, and scrape all that to get all the paint and everything off of it. So I'm like, I just put more work on myself, man. Just put more work on myself. This was my new landing gear that I had got when my landing gear had broke. But you know, I'm just trying to do a little maintenance. Today is Saturday. I was trying to do a little maintenance on my stuff, on my trailer. And then at the same time, I was doing, you know, I really look at my truck and the engine. I had dropped my load off this morning, so I come to my little spot where I park it, right? So as I was looking at stuff, I was like, man, let me really look at my engine, right? So checking everything out. So with this, my sensor that is right here, I thought my sensor was bad because I got the cooler level sensor that was bad. I finna explain this in a minute. Went and I bought a new one, right? Put the new one in. I still was getting a cold. So when it had got low, it's a magnet that's inside of here that goes on with this. I noticed that the magnet was broke inside the reservoir. So now I got to get a whole new reservoir. I have to get, because of the magnet that's broke up in there. And you say, well, preacher, well, what you doing with this? Well, I had to unhook the sensor, and then I put the bag over so no rain or anything could get inside the plug. I had to unhook the sensor because it'll shut down your engine, right? So then when I was looking at everything, going through my truck and just looking at everything, I went and then I saw this. You're like, well, what's that? That's coolant, right? Then I looked at my pipe. I got coolant right there on my pipe. So it wasn't my pipe, it wasn't my hose. my water pump is actually leaking. So that's what it is. My water pump is actually leaking. Every time y'all see parts that are not red, those are parts you know that you didn't replace, that I have replaced. So I just go through everything. I check my brakes. You know, I check everything like that on Saturday. Now, yesterday, it wasn't like that, right? Yesterday, it wasn't like that. And then this morning, it was dark, so I really didn't see it. You know, I lifted it up. I checked my coolant because I don't have the lever, so it's not going to let you know if you are getting low on coolant. So, but I checked all that kind of stuff, you know. But Saturday I do the deep dive into it, and then that's when I seen it. So then I called Kenworth, right? Say, hey, how much is the water pump? And then Kenworth got me to said the water pump was gonna be $952 for the water pump. I was like, what? Whew. So I went to my other parts person, because you know I'm just not gonna take the first. I'm just not gonna take the first one. You know, and Kenworth has it in stock. Fleet Pride was $800, a little bit over $800. Then I went to my my other spot, Airways, and he found it for he can get it to me for $662, right? And he also sells the reservoir as well. And the reservoir was $84 for the reservoir. And then he said that he can install, they also install stuff there too. Just stuff on the outside. They don't do nothing on the inside of your engine, but all the stuff on your outside, they do. So pretty much anything on the outside of your engine, they can do. You know, sensors, all that kind of stuff on the outside of your engine. They could do, and on your transmission too, at this place. So I just was like, man. But to install my water pump and the reservoir, they're gonna charge me $380 for the labor, not including the parts and whatever amount of coolant that I'm gonna need once they done drained everything. I may just, since they draining everything, I might just go ahead and just have them just discard all the coolant and put in fresh coolant, since they got to take the coolant out anyway, right? So I might as well just go ahead and get fresh coolant put in there as well, and go ahead and have them change out the filter, the coolant filter as well. I think this one has a filter on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just looking. I think it has it. It is a filter on this model. It may not be. You know, it may not be. But nevertheless, you know, this is what we call trucking, man. This is what we call trucking. When you're going through trucking, this kind of stuff happens. Good thing I caught it, though, right? Good thing I caught it. Well, I gotta go. It's starting to get hot up here now, and I gotta get to work on these rims and clean up this paint that I have messed up. I can't blame nobody but myself. I already had the paint. You say, well, that's a new can. No, it's not a new can. I already had the paint because I was painting the borders and stuff in my house with the same white paint. So every year in the spring, I repaint my walls and you know, my borders, the stairwell and stuff like that. So I already had the paint already. So that's why I just did a bad job of sealing the can. So it's all on me, man. So when I say, yeah, I messed up, yeah, man, I'm especially my stuff. It was getting all of my stuff. Those just my extra windshield wipers. They got on that. Got on my bolt cutter. I have extra lines. I keep extra electrical lines because you never know. And I even got the curl one too. You know, but I do keep extra lines just in case I pop a line and everything. But yes, but now I have to clear out all this here mess and get it cleaned up. All right, y'all take it easy.